Hello. I'm actually starting now. I put the mic down on my headset like that matters. Um, yeah, Steve said stream. Yeah, it's stream's going. So yeah, sorry I'm late. I within the next like month I'm moving into a townhome or a house. We're just trying to figure out like that specific location, and there's a showing that was available at 6 p.m. tonight. So I had wanted to make sure I got to that. So that's since we want to get that done as soon as possible, I had to push any plans that I already have to be pushed around for anything that pops up like that. So no, I'm not currently moving, but I will be soon, which may cause interruptions because our goal is to. Let me turn this down a bit. Kind of loud to me anyway. There we go. Because the calendar, we want to move in by like March 1st, so sometime in March there's probably going to be a dead time where I can't do much online. So until everything moves. So, but I'll put more on the information on that when that comes around to it. So. Hello. I still have a cough, so you know. So be warned that I'll be randomly expelling air in ways that I don't want to. But anyway, like guys, I tried to mention before at the beginning of the streams, if there are people that have any questions or want to see something specific, questions that are very broad on like how to animate something, I might not be able to cover, but I can do my best. So if there's any questions, if there's any if you can't figure out how to do something, or if there's a video that I've done that you want to see something from, just ask and I will show you. And try to help out the best I can. Tutorial on After Effects and Photoshop. After Effects, I don't know if I really can because I don't know that much about Photoshop. I know I'm learning a lot every time I use it. Photoshop, kind of, but really, it's hard to say this is what you do for a picture. Because every situation is different. I kind of have a general idea of how to start it, but every one I tweak slightly, and so it's hard to give a copy paste method for how to do some post work. And like last time, the fuzziness I had it really strong on one, but then I had to back it off on another. So. Those I really don't like doing tutorials on because really I'm not that not good with either one. At least I feel like I'm not. So I try to keep it for SFM, and not just SFM, but I try to keep it to something that's like it's way back. Something specific, like how to that's why I like doing the map thing, or like how to do multiple map things that are very specific. Because trying to like just show how to animate is not something you can do in one video. So I like to just cover the information that's not covered by others, if I can. I'm going to at least open this for now. I don't know what I want to do with it quite yet, though. I haven't, because when I was sick and because I have other stuff I'm kind of doing at the same time here, and then with the moving thing, I haven't really put too much into the planning for this to where I don't have much I can do with it right now. At least that's without me sitting at the monitor going, what make do here? The Left for Ponies poster, the problem with that is that'd be a lot of work. Because to make a zombie poster work, you need a lot of zombies, and that's a lot of posing. And I did a poster last week, that's why I kind of don't want to do one this week. I am working on a time lapse from the poster from Tuesday. I'm almost done with it. I just have to do one little extra thing, and then I can call that one good. It's an extra thing to take a while. So, how is this looking? It's been a while since I looked at this. How loud is it? Kind of loud. Why is it running really slow? There it goes. I did need to figure out what I wanted to do for the camera bit at the beginning here. Why is this shot really laggy? Oh. For one, it has grass in there that it doesn't really need it. these grasses. Grasses. Oh, that's probably why, because it's what the hell is that? Mid hill? Aha! It's hiding grass. That works way better now. Probably delete a little bit more. Oh, there's really no more to delete. It's just rocks. Okay. It's cleaned. So I really, Tuesday stream is fun. I like doing I love doing posters out here just because it is, very random. I can throw anything I want there. Animations are a little bit more difficult too. I really don't know what I want to do at the beginning part of this. I mean, this is just like a very broad beginning. God, the audio sounds so off still. It sounds like so many notes are just completely off key. It sounds so bad. It's funny, but it's sad at the same time. Now we're about the grass later. Is the grass? I think I can actually animate the grass now, or not animate it, but like separate it to make it look wavy. Because right now I think it's still going at the same time. Yeah, it is. Actually, I forgot what I need to do here. So, to make realistic looking grass, so I need to take, let's be close hill. To sort of scene building, I could. There's a, if you look up Zachariah Scott, he actually did a scene build breakdown. But even then, those are so situational. Actually, if you want to really know how to do a good scene build, it has nothing to do with the actual scene building. It's knowing what's in here and how to use them. Because there's a lot of models that you have available to you, and it's not as much about being able to use the models for what they're normally used for, it's being able to mix and match models and use them for other things. There was actually a challenge a guy did once that was to try to make the specific item using other items. Like he used, it was a food item, and he ended up using a dinosaur with a texture change for the drizzle. And so, because the shape just worked out well. So it's if you can learn how to utilize some of this stuff and know what's in your library, the ideas for the scene build can kind of make themselves. Because if you don't know what you have available to you, you don't know what you can make. So like in the Fallout stuff, I have so many Fallout models that I've went through so many times that when I go to make something for Fallout, it's really easy because I can go, well, I know that I have this, and then I can pull that down, I can pull this down. Plus you play a lot of Fallout, so you have reference material. To me, knowing what you have and knowing how to use them is more important than actually knowing how to make a scene build, personally. This has only been up since like for like 10 minutes. If you guys want me to actually open up any specific scene builds for stuff, like here, I think, have I done anything on this? Yeah, I deleted some stuff. Actually, I can open up a different one, but I know a better scene build. I think it's the 60. As long as you don't go overboard with links and they're relevant, that should be okay. Just don't go like spamming them or something, or like buy my card links or something. No, but like the scene builds in this one are probably some of the more complex I did. But the nice thing is I had exact references. Like, so for those that might not Actually, I think I have a downloaded local copy of this. Swore I did. I used it for reference. Yeah, here we go. And so this video is actually made pretty quick because of the reference. Actually, that's perfect. So, like, for this shot, there's gonna be a lot of. Oh, the trees are not loaded. Oh no, that's just the ground that's not loaded. Okay, that's fine. And this was made in. What map was this? Flat sand. Okay. I forgot the name of that map. Whatever, I can just load it this way. I'm not going to save it. No, it's right there. If you have a lot of resources, I think that's going to help you the most. I think this is the right lighting. Okay, so the ground's busted on this, but like the scene build in the background here, if you actually compare it to the original, I actually tried to match up the tree placements to what this actually had in terms of how they were in the background. But like, this looks like some big elaborate scene build, but it's really not. It's only what's on the camera shot. So all it is just rocks put in the distance and trees put in the foreground. I must not have the whatever loaded that the ground came from, so that's why it's an error right now. But you don't need to make some big, stupidly elaborate scene build to make something work. In this case, it was just making what the camera shot work. If I go to this shot, it's the same way. If I knew what I was looking for. And even here again, you can see the comparison, like the two trees here, the tree here, the rocks going off in the distance here, and a couple of the trees here are in the same position. So, but it was, and again here, if I back up, it's just covering the area that I need. So I didn't go and make anything more than what I visually needed for my area. You don't need to make a whole big mountain area around you. All you need to make is look good from one direction. And not only that, but you don't have to worry too much about consistency. Like, was there any more part of the scene builds here? Like this one here was like stupidly simple. It's just a rock put there with some fog. I mean, that's it. It's filling that shot. That's what matters. I don't want to open up the Fallout one because there was a. I guess this one. You think that every shot needs to be super consistent with itself, but really they don't. As long as it has a similar enough feel between each shot, a lot of the indiscrepancies will go unnoticed, and nobody will catch it. Or if they do, it's going to be so few and far between that it's not going to matter. Here I had, I think, a couple of those. Or it's just going to crash. It was working really slow. I think having that open is not helping. So like you guys think that like every time like the camera turns to somebody that everything in the background has to make sense, but I've learned that if you watch anime really closely, like how the backgrounds are done and where people are standing, there's a lot of times where like you go and actually look at it in detail, you're like, that doesn't make any sense with where they were standing, but nobody notices it because they're not looking at that, they're looking at the person that's speaking. So like here, I think even on this one, all the scene builds are optimized, so everything is deleted that's not in the shot. It is to save render times. So when the camera angle changes to the other side, you'll see that now it's showing only the other side of the room. The original scene build was entirely everything, and then I just deleted everything that wasn't needed. Oh, it's actually dirty Pip still. Ignore the floating arm. Dirty Pip. But what was the one? Like some of the weird things that you can just kind of cheat on. If you pay attention to the lighting here, I brought it up before. This is something nobody's noticed, but it bugs the hell out of me. In this shot, this side of her face is lit, which really shouldn't have been. It should have been this side. But this side of her face is fairly dark. As soon as the camera changes back to her over here, now she is super lit on this side and dark on this side. It's actually a really large inconsistency in the lighting, but you don't notice it. And it shows, and I've learned, especially from this one, that there's certain details that you don't need to worry about because the amount of people that would catch it is so minuscule that it's better to just have it look good, and sometimes it's even by having it wrong makes it more right, at least in the eyes of the person that's viewing it. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Oh, there's like one here, though it's kind of noticeable. When she's walking up to the door here, I think I deleted it. No, the ground's still there. She's actually moving way faster than she's supposed to. She's just sliding across the ground, but I needed her to get there faster than she was, so that's why I just did that. I'm like, I don't care, nobody's gonna notice. So, I was trying to remember if there's any inconsistencies in terms of what happens between shots. I don't think so. Not that I can think of anyway. This one I was really meticulous on ensuring that it was fairly accurate. Well, I know like here I'm implying that the hallway is well lit, and then when she gets into this room, the hallway is dark. And I was thinking about making it light, but it was too much of a focus, so I just left it dark. I can't remember any others there, but it's just showing you don't have to. Just by showing you like the stuff that you didn't notice, is people aren't going to notice that in your video as long as you don't make it stand out too much. I mean, when I made it, I didn't even notice it. It wasn't until later, after I'd already put it uploaded it, I was like, oh. And I could put out errors in videos all over the place. One being, I'm pretty sure she's a unicorn, actually. But the errors, like, there's that error. I can't remember the list of errors from this. I think there's 6 total. Oh, there's an audio error that I forgot to keep her trot sound going here. About halfway, the trot stops, and you don't actually hear her trotting anymore. I'm trying to remember some of the others. It's been so long. Actually, it's probably better I forgot it. Something feeling. Yes, I remember that. And in terms of the main 6-peak added in the room to the windows in the main hall. Do you mean? Let me pop that one open. That one, I think it does have some inconsistencies in the scene build. Oh no, I think it did rename. Yeah, I renamed it. It used to say Awaken. This one does have some where technically, by the way of the camera, that there should have been a statue in the way or something, and I just deleted it. But you're not going to notice. I'm doing better today. I'm still, though I've been spending more time outside than I should, so my cough is actually getting worse. But I'm not sick or anything. It's just the cough's bothering me. People just looking at some stuff, going back. getting these videos are starting to get so complicated that I crash just moving between them. I do want to try to get that remembrance map out. I haven't really went around to doing it. It's actually more work than it sounds like. When I originally started making it, I had no idea about file structure, and so I started halfway through. So I have files all over the place, and I have to kind of actually compress them into a downloadable thing, which is kind of annoying. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, because, okay, we're talking about main 6 window. It kind of covers a couple things. Are you talking about, like, these windows? Or are you talking about, like, these ones? I'm pretty sure you're talking about the ones in here. But, I mean, really, it could mean both. But in terms, like, these actual windows, let me get the shot that has them all in there. There we go. Because these windows are actually models. So they're not on the map. They're models that are loaded in, and they were models that Bearded Doom guy made for me specifically, and actually I use it in chemistry a bit to have the exploding glass as well. Sorry. But I basically gave him what the texture was, and then he built it to that shape, and then kind of just added bones to them, so that, hide everything else here. Yeah, so I don't want the lights. There we go. So you can see that has the bone. He added bones here so that they had the shards that I could separate. And then but the texture itself is still for the whole thing. So really, I just took and mapped out. I think it is. Oh, it is per pony. But I took the texture itself was made by somebody on DA. I think I linked them in at the end of the video. And then he just made it so that it could break apart. And the map will be published, but do know that the map itself. Looks like this. This is what the actual map looks like, without any lights on or anything. All the other lighting that I did was an addition. Like, so this is completely empty out here. Empty out here. There's a big hole in the ceiling here. There's nothing outside this windows at all. There is a 3D skybox. That's what this is. Turn off the bars. So, in terms of the actual map itself, this is it's not going to be what the video had. It's going to be a lot of blank. There is some definite base lighting, which is like in here. This is map lighting that's lighting this area and causing some of those shadows here. That's built into the map, and the door is not there. It's just a big hole. I'm gonna have the models available, and I might kind of make a pre-built like scene that you could load that will have the window positions already done and have the door here, and I might do some lighting setup too. But for the video itself, the lighting changes very drastically between shots. So like for this shot, when they're walking down the hall for the first time, it's only lit on that area, and the outside build is just for that area. As soon as it changes to the next shot, and it zooms in on I think the guards, it's a completely different shot with different lighting. Everyone was custom made to that shot, so it's not like you can just throw something in there and it will work great. Because as the angles changed, like from in this shot, I didn't want to. I had to worry about looking directly at the window, so I didn't want to have as strong of beams of light. Come on. But then when it came to this shot, this window here, I needed to be a sharper glow coming in, so I had it be a lot sharper at the lights coming down off this camera to make up for it. So it's not like it's something just you're going to drop in and say map done. And I really can't even make a specific DMX for it because I can't make one specific for the. Wow, this song is, that horn sounds like some 4-year-old playing it to me. Oh my god, my ears are so bad. Unless my eardrums repair themselves, it should be fine. But it's just that you don't expect to be able to download this and have it look the same, is the main thing. You're going to have to really put effort into it to make it look the same if you wanted. So I think that's why the lighting turned out so well, is because everyone was custom. I mean, like this one has like almost nothing to it. It's probably the simplest shot in the whole video. Just her walking down that shot was made so that RD could be shown to actually be there. Otherwise, this shot wouldn't have worked. Okay. Did I actually brighten the lights here, or is it? No, just the camera's lighting. Yeah. But for the windows, actually, here's another inconsistency that you probably didn't catch. If you look at the windows here, for most of the video, this is how they're positioned. So it's positioned where Applejack and Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy are all looking in. Their heads are all turned to be in, with Rainbow Dash being Rainbow Dash. It was to be consistent. But when I put the textures on them, I didn't want to have to. I wanted them turned that way, but I also needed to make sure that like the windows blew up. I had to animate them, and I didn't want to animate them multiple times. So a lot of these windows are turned so that they can all be looking that way, which means that the window would be blowing out the other direction. So instead, when you go to the end here and they blow up, now you can see that Pinkie is looking this way, Applejack is looking this way, and they're no longer facing the same directions because it was the only way to make sure that I could just copy paste having the windows blow out in the same direction, but to still have them make it look the other way that I wanted, because I already had all this other stuff set up and I didn't want to bother. So it's not like this isn't easily visible. It does look at these windows for quite a while, but nobody noticed that the windows were turned around. So another way of saying there's inconsistencies that don't matter. Nobody's going to catch it. It's details that your brain doesn't have a purpose in nailing down. I mean, I think one of the, actually, this is the biggest bug me about this video is here, right here, I believe right at the beginning of this, she actually like doesn't move right away. She's really slow to start, and from here to here she's moving very consistently speeded, and then she like stops and then starts moving again. That's always bugged me to high hell. Oh, like timing wise, the whole point of the these breaks was for ensuring that I could get her where she needed to be with the least amount of animating and in less time than it actually would take. If you actually look at how fast she's moving, it would take her forever to reach this. But in this shot, I jumped her ahead, so at this point. And then at this camera shot, That's the other frame there. Now she's up at the statue. So I used those as a time break so that I could get her to the statues quicker. That was really the only reason. I was trying to find something that I could detract from the main shot so that I could show her doing that. I just used the background as a connecting element to show where you were in the shot, and then but it was mainly so that I could separate the camera and put her closer. And I did that again here when I go and separate to the windows here. That's used as a distraction again, because at this point she's right here, and then I show the windows, and now she's over here. It was so those 2 points were made specifically so that I could get the camera where I needed it to be, so, or at least get her to where she needed to be. In terms of like the ability to move into those positions, it's impossible. She could not have moved that fast without suddenly deciding to run into position, but it didn't matter. Nobody notices. So, thought there's other inconsistencies here. There's a lot of that. Like, even at the beginning of this, there's no way that they crossed this hall in the time that they crossed it. Instead, they're at way down that part of the hall, then they're... Oh, now they're still at that point, you know, and then... And even here, she's jumping around on the floor. She's not even in one spot. But then suddenly she's at the end of the hall. So, you don't need to be consistent. You just have to be pretty. I'll go back to that trio thing. So I've been trying to utilize the ability to not be consistent more often, because it can save you a lot of time. A lot of time. Alright, so what do I want to do for this shot? What did they do in the original? It's opening one. Is it this one? No. That's that one. I need audio. So really the beginning is just a focus shot on just swords, but I don't have swords here. I can't focus on her pendant because that's on her. What's another something I can focus on that would make sense? It has to be with this, something with this nature. I could just keep with what it is. Oh yeah, I was gonna make wavy grass. But before I can do wavy grass, I need to make I need to break up the grass a little bit. So okay. So I'm just gonna find some random piece of grass here. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna copy that. Paste it, and I'm going to scale it up, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to bring it so that it's just above the surface, kind of like that. The point of this is it allows larger blades of grass to be mixed in with the small blades of grass. It creates a little bit more variety to the grass instead of just being all evenly spaced sizes, which really doesn't look that great, personally. So you break it up and add a little bit extra. Like that. And that'd be heavier grass, so I probably have that delayed more than the rest. No, I've never tried flash animation, mainly because that usually involves drawing and stuff too, and I am horrible at drawing. Actually, I'll just paste that same one again. And this I can leave in patches too. I don't have to have all the grass. Is this one already waved? Can't be done already. Oh, that's why. It's going this way. There we go. But at least it breaks it up a little bit, so it's not the same kind of grass. Now you got some large bits popping out of there, but I just like to do it in a couple spots. As of right now, this is the video I'm doing for this video. I wanted to kind of do it for BrodyCon, but I kind of did it in my, like, the chemistry was, I did really quick for what it was because I had a base to go from, and I was just duplicating. This, I have to come up with the base of what I want to do first, and there's one or two parts in here that are going to be very complicated, and a couple potentially custom things that might take a while. So I need to kind of figuring out what I want to do for things. But right now, like, figuring out where to live and stuff is my priority. Alright, so the grass is blowing from this side over, which means wind should start from this point and go that way. Okay. So we're going to grab all our grass so I can ensure that I have everything, and I'm going to delay it, but if I'm going to delay it, I'd start at the last grass and move towards the first grass. So I'm going to take, oops. This grass. Did I deselect them completely? Yes. And I'm going to move them forward one frame. Then I'm going to select the next set of grass. Why did I not deselect them? There we go. Move forward one frame. One frame. One frame. Frame. I'll do that one. And normally I would do a couple frames, but this is going to be so separated between the front grass and the back grass that I don't want to have the timing be horribly different between the two. this one. I gotta select some of these over here, otherwise they're gonna fall too far behind. This 3. So just one there. There. And we'll do this 2. Oh, then I'm done. Okay. Okay, so this should have a better look to it. Yeah, now they're kind of going in order. I think it's actually... I think I actually might have done that backwards, but I really don't care. Because what it really kind of goes both ways anyways. Yes, I'm making a funny documentary about grass, ponies. Ponies eat grass. Ponies like grass. Ponies eat grass. See pony eat grass. Nom nom nom. They must see the grass first. Does she like the grass? It looks like she likes the grass. This, I need a smirk. Yes, smirk. I am happy. Grass. Nom nom. Nom nom nom. I will fix the dash. It's so grassy. Oh, I realized that I have a gap right here. I feel like those mountains don't look right. Like, they need to be fading more. Or something. Where's that one? Let's put the ground smoke in here. That could work. But I don't think it's working how I have it set. I think if I put this, where'd it go? Further back. Just a little bit. It just felt like the mountains were too in focus, too strong. You could see them too easily. I'll watch it later, and not on stream. So I need to. Because as of right now, she doesn't have any life to her in this shot. She needs She needs something to her. For one, I don't know if I need the eyebrows for this part. Just hide those. Kind of. I wonder if I just add a little bit of sad. Oh. Her eyebrow escaped. I need to work on more with the eyebrows because I'm not sure about positioning though. I kind of wish that I could do this one a little bit more. Well, yeah, but I don't want to do it the whole time. I think for now I'm just not going to bother with the eyebrows. I'm just going to hide them. Yeah, I've already mentioned that I saw that. If you spam that one more time, you're done. You're kind of really spamming that now. Let's give her some kind of life. From here to, let's do it 1 second for now, and then I'll just change it more if I need. No, I've never really done anything with Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to do like Magic and Pokemon cards, but I really got them more for the cards than I did for actually playing. So for really the only thing I can think of for doing it now is breathing. Do I want to have her being, that's her out of breath, or her breathing in or breathing out? I think I want to be this breathing out. I want to do breathe in. Why am I actually animating this? I should just be doing it as a that. I should probably actually pull up a bit. I'm breathing in. I'm making this a bit more drastic than I actually would want to normally. And it's also going to be a lot slower in the final. I just want to get something. And like I said before, you can reduce animation pretty easily. Increasing it, not so much. Just trying to stretch these limbs out so it looks like they're moving and not just like expanding into position. It's a little bit better. How many rim lights per pony? It's situational, but if you're using a night shot where the rim lights are going to be used to really pull out the subject, and if you're including a highlight, like kind of like the I'll show you what I mean by highlight. Oh, I used to pull up one from last week. So, I consider the rim light to be the strongest light in the area. Like, this is probably stronger than it needed to be, but I don't really care. It's going to be the light that really defines where the light is coming from. But I always have a highlight, which is a rim light, but a lot dimmer, to pull the subject out from the opposite side. So, really, in essence, you'd have it two. And then I'll usually have a main light, one that kind of actually causes the actual light that comes not just the rim, but come across the face like this part. And then one it's an ambient for covering up the rest of it. But it doesn't mean you only need one rim light. Like here on this wing, if I wanted to, I could have, because this is nice and bright, I could have had another one set here to kind of help out the areas that you couldn't hit very easily with your single rim light. Because even though you might think, well, the light source is coming from a single point, shouldn't I just have one light? Not really. I've used multiple lights from different places to try to make it look right, because SFM isn't going to simulate normal, realistic lighting. You have to. This one, Yeah, this one too. There is an actual rim light here. Very minor, but it's another light that comes around the edge here just to pull the subject out from the background. You don't want it to blend into the background. You want it to actually be pulled away. So I have a nice bright rim on this side and then a secondary rim on this side to kind of offset it a bit. Let me see if I have any others that do that. When animating, it's a little bit more difficult because you have to move your lights around with you if you want to really get it to look good. I know this side. No, this is when I really wasn't getting into the highlighting thing, so I really don't have any on this side. But you can see right here, there's no highlight, so it's just a dark line. Thankfully, it's a fairly lit background where it helps offset it a bit, but in reality, I should have had a light that just caused the edge there. It actually helps it keep cartoonish look. I think this had it a bit too. Yeah, you get this light on both sides, but really that's an even light, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, you want to have the main light coming from whatever your main source of light is, but you want to have, but you don't have to have all your lights on that position. You can go wherever you want, as long as it looks good. That's all that matters. I'm trying to think, I thought I had another one. Actually, how did this one turn out with that? I think this one I had a little bit of... Yeah, like there's that light there. This was a light specifically added because you couldn't see the wing otherwise. There's the light here to pull that other side of the leg out. I mean, there was no really light from this side, but I added one to give it a little bit of extra definition. And this light was put here just for the sole purpose of kind of creating that nice sharp lighting look. Blackjack. I I'm not worried about tail motion. And head motion. I'm more worried about, like, with just this part of how is the body going to interact with the surface. That's all I care about with this. Yeah, I think I got that down. But I do probably want to space this out a bit. Okay, so that is much stronger than I wanted it to be, but that's perfect, because let me turn off the light so I can see it from this angle. I don't care if it's too strong. I don't want to turn the lights, so I'm going to keep the camera from moving. Okay, and actually this could work if I just actually space it out more. Still a bit strong, so I'm just going to reduce it. So we're just going to take this point right here, and we're going to playhead it by half. That'll well, let me find the point that I want to have it go from. I'm just not at our top point. Wait. Yeah, not our top point. So originally was going to be lower, so I'm going to go to that point. And everything will kind of congregate to that point. So here, okay, not quite that much. Oh, right there. Up to here, playhead it by like that much. Okay. Okay, so now we have some breathing, but it's only an A to B point animation right now, so as of right now, only thing about her that's animated is just going from her whole body going from one position to another. That's not realistic. That's not how bodies move. But now I can have it so like when she's going up, I can take this arm and delay it. And have it continue a little bit afterwards. And have it drift down a bit more. Actually, I might have it stay up a bit before drifting down. Yeah, that'll just round this so that it's not as sharp as the top point. A little bit up there. Okay, at the beginning here, drop it off. I'm going to have this. Actually, I might have it. Actually, that might be okay. I'm pulling that a bit. Have it then slowly start dropping the arm after here. Okay. And when the head goes to pull back to breathe, I'm going to have her head itself go forward a bit. Quick there. To the head delayed just a little bit more to keep that down. I think just a bit more. And then I want to have the head go stay up a bit more. Delay that way more. Okay, and I think when her head goes up here, I want to have her head turned a little bit this way. I think I want to have her actually have her head slowly turn a little bit more towards the camera. Ever so little. Okay, and then I'll take her head and her neck. Had a little bit of a jerk motion right in the middle here, right there. To round that out. How these Flex names are different and stuff. It's hard to figure out where. Do I need it again? There you go. And now I believe there's a breathing flex. I just don't know if it's going to work because of the pendant. Yeah, it works. Actually, now that I think about it. Okay, good. I thought that one went out, not in. Okay. This is when the pendant gets affected. So I'm going to make sure I know what that positioning is so that I can take elements and just rotate it up a bit into the side. So I need to move it forward a bit. Not without having problems. Can't see that part of the pendant anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it, but having it go up a little bit does help. Later, Kipper. Okay, so now I got her breathing bit done. So it keeps her alive for this. But there's still a lot of other details I need to worry about with her, like her tail blowing in the wind, for one. So I'm going to say the wind is blowing. If I keep the tail like this, I probably should. Yeah, I don't have to really worry about her other ball. I'm just going to bake everything right now. Hello, I am doing well. How are you? Because I want to make sure the tail is still visible here. That's the important thing. Probably should be turned like this, though. So we're going to determine our tail waviness. This one I am going to do off of a curve right away. So first I need to determine the tail's maximum push. So I'm going to say that that's just up a little bit on that, out quite a bit on that, probably turned a bit. This is going to be turned a bit and up as well. Probably put a large first stream there. Should go tail one, do like that. And then jiggle tail 2 is the other main one, making it like that. And then 4, 6, and 5 I will just have turned up like that. Okay, so that's the maximum pull. Now I need to do the maximum push. The forest tail has so many wiggles. Okay. Wiggles, jiggles. I think we should all rename them to wiggles. They just wiggle. Alright, and then this one, the tail 1, I don't want to put on too much again. Tail 2 is going to go, I think, to this side. Quite a bit, probably. Tail 3, like that. That popped my ear. Wow. Okay. Do that and jiggle 2. Like that. I think I'm gonna have this trimmed a bit. That. Okay. And then the same thing, we're going to grab 5, 7, all these other ones. Just turn them that way. Okay. For that one looks weird like that. Oh, I can't do position yet. As well move as much. Okay, like that. Can't call it a really stupid kids show because technically we're watching a kids show too. I've kind of learned to accept everybody else's things like that because if you're willing to have them accept yours. Alright, perfect. That is a windy tail. It is done. It looks more like a windshield wiper, but actually I probably should. Yeah, I need more extreme for this. Okay, that should work. Alright, now I'm going to do the magic to make that work. Is it set to move? Yes, good. Or not moving away. So we're going to grab all tails. And we're going to not grab tail 1, delay it twice, grab tail 2, delay it twice, grab tail 3, delay it twice. I think there's another one around tail 3. That's going to be jiggle 3 and jiggle 7. Okay, so this is jiggle 3. Okay, jiggle 3. Okay, so they'll delay twice. So I'm going to deselect. Jiggle 3 and jiggle 7, delay it twice, and then I gotta deselect jiggle 1, jiggle 4, and jiggle 6, delay it twice, And I want just jiggle 2. So that twice. Nah, I need to delete even more. Did I delete too much? It is not going the way that I wanted it to. I think the jiggles have to be set to much higher extremes. Like that kind of extreme. Try this again. And 5. Alright. That's a lot better. Alright, so I'm going to take all the tail stuff, paste it. I'm then going to see if I can, I'm going to take the tail at about this spot right here. I'm going to deselect the jiggles and yeah, and I'm going to playhead it quite a bit. Alright, it's close to what I wanted, but not too much playhead. Okay, so I'm going to take tail 1 out of it. Okay, now I'm going to start playing with the position a little bit. Probably should have done that before I did the shifting, but to enable the jiggle bones, it's just under the model and utility. It says make procedural bones. The procedural bones are bones that have a procedure that are run on them, so like the jiggles do something automatically. By baking them, you're locking them in, but when you lock them, it makes the bones accessible. So. think I know what I want to do. Go back to where I had locked in here, and I'm only going to do tail 2. Maybe I have to do tail 3 as well. Yeah. But the thing I don't like is that there's a point where it just feels like it drops like a log around here. Like right there. By changing the position, it kind of creates a stretchy feel. So like even here when it hits the bottom and it's pulling back up, have it so that like even the jiggle here, why did that not show anything? Oh, not that one, this one. Like when it hits the bottom here and it's pulling back up, you could technically have it add a feeling of like the hair actually pulling. That's probably what I don't like right about this. In this, it's jiggle 1 and jiggle 2. Oh, jiggle 1 for now. I think this needs a stronger element of motion. Turning down here. I really like that, actually. And then we'll grab that tail 2. So I'm here do the same thing. Actually, I don't think I can grab kind of where I want to grab it. Not really. I might need to play with tail 1 here. No, because that looks like a broken bone. Yeah, that'll do it. For now. Oh, my voice sounds rougher because I've spent a lot of time outside of the dock during the day. It isn't helping my voice at all. Okay, I'll see if that's okay. Oops, what parts is this from here? So I'm just copy pasting to make sure that I maintain the same loop. So every time I make a change, I just copy paste whatever's outside this box from whatever was outside in that box, or vice versa. So here I need to make sure that this kind of whips this a little bit in this direction. Maybe not actually pull it. Maybe just turn it more. Just doesn't look right like that. Yeah, I was gonna make that tonight, and then or before the stream, but then that ended up not happening because of the other things. So yeah, I still have to make a video for that. Okay, so the tail feels windy, but it feels too windy. So I'm going to first ensure that I have buffer room. And that did not copyright. Oh, I don't know why. I just want to copy. I don't know that anything else, right? Okay, her animation's good. Yeah, actually I still have the original one. I'll probably just put that one public again. No, I think it has a different date. I don't know, actually. Where do I check that? What do I have here? That was a year ago. Wow, that's still my first page, or the page I'm on. I don't put out that much anymore. I think it was just... Yeah, 6 to 10. So I mean, it's I could still use the same one from last year. Had 1,000 views. February 26, 2015. So I did the 26th last year. I thought I did it earlier. Well, I really can't do it on that weekend anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah, so I could probably just use the same one. I can't use the same video for the announcement because that one I believe does say, yeah, 27th. So can't do that, but I will just use the same like video looking thing. Meatball Parade's amazing. Alright, yeah, so what I was gonna drop the... So I want to keep parts of this, or like certain parts of this, extreme. So I'm going to take this part and I'm going to playhead it to here. So it kind of waves and then goes, it pulls to an extreme before dissipating back into about here. Work with that more. There. That looks pretty good. Yeah, and don't be posting anything R or M rated either. That is immediate bye bye. Okay, ears, I can do jiggles, or not jiggles, jitter. So I want to take them and already kind of shift them back and away a little bit. Okay, and then what rotations focus on that direction? The blue one. So let's focus on X and Y. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, actually, I'm gonna jitter them a bit more than that. Okay. Then smooth. Actually, I've got to smooth after I stretch this. Kapow. What the hell? Where did that? What's that one? I didn't see that one before. Alright, and gonna do the same thing now for the feathers. Not wing open. I'm just gonna do the tips first. Just the tip. Ah. Actually, it's like just rotations. I'm waiting to misclick on the last ones. If you misclick just right, you lose them all. Getting better at it though. Okay. So again, I'm gonna jitter the crap out of them and make it look like broken. Ah! Okay, slow it down. Smooth it. Then playhead it. But I need to move them into positions where they look like they're going the same direction. Okay, and now these I want to be a little bit more careful on. I want them to move, but not near as much. And at a slower pace, that's why I did these separate. That looks pretty good, actually. So it has a general motion, or added a bit of motion to the randomness, so that it still has. Oh, I got 0 in there, didn't I? Yeah. It still maintains some of the motion that you would expect from the body, but the jitter then is on top of that. So when the wing goes to lift up, the feathers will kind of bend to go up with it just a little bit. So it's a uniform motion amongst the random, so that it still feels alive and not just like bones flying all over the place. Alright, tail is the only one I really care about doing the specifics for. Even the the mane can be done with jitter. Let's do butt jitter. Actually, it has butt jitter. We'll do lots of butt jitter. Look at that butt. It's like it's trying to attack her tail. I don't know why they were butt jiggles. I don't know. I was doing this for now. I always defer to questions and stuff if it comes up, otherwise stick with that I'm doing. Okay, so I just need to do her hair. Her back mane is going to be a little bit difficult because I don't want to do this. So I'll probably just have it kind of flop a little bit like that. Okay, that'll work. The back mane is the only one that sometimes I want to do something a little bit more custom animated, but I'm going to try with jitter and see what happens. These I usually have to break into pieces because it just doesn't work well otherwise. Cheek. Oh, it's such a good pony. He's so cute. So what bone? I think I want to go this way. Do I want to go this way? Yeah, I just don't want to go... Well, I'm going to try just red and blue. Which one's green? That one's green, so it's going to be X and Z. I always put one of their forearms up because if they're standing still, to me, especially in this case, it feels like when they're on all fours, they're like holding firm, like they're to their position, and it's a lot of the times with people in SFM or Gmod is they get the stigma of ponies that are in their T-pose, basically their base position that is unmoving. And like, I'm gonna do that here. Just remember X and Z. It's like, I have a base pony, don't I? No, I don't. It's like if I took Rainbow Dash here and put her on this hill here, and then just went like this and said, hey, I made a picture. To me, there's a stigma of just people using the base T pose and just making small minor changes that don't affect the body. And there's a lot of pictures and stuff that you'll see that, and so I always try to have something of a body part that is up or changed, or legs that are moved far away, so that every time it looks like somebody is not in just their T-pose. Something to make them feel different. And a lot of the times if they're just standing still, having a leg up actually does a lot for that. So that's kind of why I do it a lot, is so that I don't just do this and get lazy. That's why normally I'll have like some kind of a leg out further back here and a leg up here. You know, that's why I try to move something so that it's more than just the base pose. Yeah, because I don't want to have I'm trying to break stigmas. I don't want to make it look like I'm just following them. So yeah, back to main. I'm gonna try this with all three. I really prefer not to. Well, you know what? I know what I'll do. Which one was that one? X. Okay. So I just have to do it with X and Y first. Just add a little bit of the jitter just to have that randomness. Like that. But then I'm going to take the Z here and I'm going to really ramp that one up. Actually, I'm going to do this a little differently. I have all of those selected? Maybe I don't think I did. Smooth. Stretch it. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna copy the rotation from Jiggle Hair 1, and I'm gonna put it to Jiggle Hair. What is it? 6. I don't think it's gonna work. Rotations are too different. The reason for that is then I can just delay it a little bit, and I can usually get a fairly decent offset. I know I can do, I don't need the knee bend for it, but also I think pioneers are cute when they have their leg up. So I thought I will share that with others. I'm just going to manually try to keep this moving random. I'm gonna just see if I can just do this manually. Use the randomness as a base, but I think I'm gonna grab these two and do them at the same time. Doing this is really annoying, like this, but you're gonna get a better result. Gonna do the main bits first, then I go back to do the small in between. here. Okay, that should work. I'm just gonna take, right now they're evenly timed with, not 6, 4. I like Jimmerlin. Jimmerlin's awesome. I haven't even watched all of them. I really should, because there's a lot of really good information. I realize this is not animated at the beginning. There we go. So I'm going to move all these just forward 1, and then I'm going to deselect that one. Yeah, I'm going to move this one forward 2. We'll just keep it back 1. It's actually looking pretty good there. I am just working on this video a bit, trying to do some of the final stuff on this because I kind of know what it's going to do anyway. I don't have just a little nose wrinkle, not much. I do gotta do this one. This one I'm gonna try cheating. Just folds it that way. By doing a slow pace, I can at least see what direction it went. It makes it a little easier to get it back out. That direction might make it so this will work. Yep, it should work. I'm just going to playhead it because it seems a little strong for what it is. I'm going to bend it down more at the base. This is not reacting to this motion very well. Well, okay, truthfully, the Remembers competition was because I really didn't have the time to make one, and so it was only existed so that you guys could save me time. It just had a lot of submissions, and it ended up being kind of cool, everything everybody did. I don't, if I were to do something like that again, I don't know what a reward would be, because before it was to be in the video. And then really everybody ended up being in there anyways, and actually from watching some reaction videos, the pictures at the end, there's a lot of comments about those. So I know that a lot of people love the pictures that were there. If I were to do a contest like that again, I just don't know what a prize would be. That's the problem. Doing a contest is difficult. It's trying to figure out a winner. And I hate picking winners because it feels like by picking a winner, you're saying you did better than somebody else, when I really don't like saying that. I'd rather say that you made something, everybody made something awesome. And oh, her back main too. This one, I think I'm gonna actually animate, like, fully. I'm not gonna do random. But it's only 2 bones. It's really nice and easy. But everybody isn't there all the time. That's what I kind of like. Truthfully, when I did the last contest, I expected maybe like I truly expected like maybe 5 to 7 submissions, maybe. I ended up getting 30, so that was like holy crap. So that was why I was like, yeah, I need to do something with this because that's way more than I could have ever expected. So. And even then, the winner wasn't as much what I felt was the best picture. It was the best fit for what I needed it for, and I felt that it was just really worked well there. While others were just had really well production or really well done. I was looking for something different, and that was a very different picture, and it was perfect. It's just I don't know. I kind of want to do a contest like that. I think it would be fun. Because it did spur on a lot of people to make new content. And it's not only new content, but it was content that anybody could use. Having all the main 6 in a picture like that isn't a bad thing in any way. So I thought about doing something like that. There's so many people, like, SFM is easy to jump into and use, but it also means that there's a lot of people that are jumping in that have no idea what they're doing, and having a contest run where somebody's like, I'm going to submit, I just started, but I'm going to submit and give it a shot, and then if they feel like they didn't get recognized enough, it could actually be more of a demotivator than a motivator, and that's what I'm kind of afraid of for stuff like that, and kind of the reason I don't do that, and I don't know if you remember, I was doing those, oh wow, I just realized I did that backwards. I wasn't paying attention. I was doing the features for a bit on, like, artists to watch or whatever. I ended up kind of stopping to do that because some stuff happened in the background of, that it was being misinterpreted as superiority, and I didn't like that. So that's one of the main reasons I stopped that. I'm thinking about starting it up again, but I'm going to be putting more research into the how I'm doing things. But I haven't done that for like probably 6 months. Oh yeah, I have to do the bone up bit. So this is up or forward backwards. So now I need to take the midpoint from there, which is right, let's say here, and I'm gonna say this is going that way, so the bones are gonna move that way. Is it? Oh, maybe I have that off. Yeah, it is that way. Okay. Then the other way. think I had that backwards actually. That's fine. So position there. Let's see if that works the other way. I don't know if it'll. This might be too much cheating. Actually, that worked. I didn't think that would work because I did some other bone modifications. Okay, so I need to push this at about the same pace as the tail there. So I'm gonna copy, paste, give myself a buffer. Okay, so this goes back here. So tail's fully back right here, but the hair is fully back right here, so I have to move it here. Alright, then I need to tone it down a bit. Actually, I'm gonna do it like the other one. So the strong breeze comes through right here. So I'm gonna take this here, and I'm going to playhead it at this point. And then I'm gonna have it again where it was kind of drifting off. Let's pick this playhead point. And speed this up just a bit there. Yeah, this is. Well, actually, this is technically not the next video. This is just a video. Just realized that this part of the tail right here is not really looking like it's doing anything. There we go. Just checking to see if there's anything else I need to add to that to make the wind effect work. I don't think so. I'm kind of worried about like the camera, like I have it so zoomed in that you can kind of see the white speckles on her eyes from the Z distance being so closed in from that far. I had that issue with Shining Armor's eyes in chemistry. I don't know if you ever noticed that. That always bugged me. There's so many errors in that video. Like 60 FPS might work better than. Bad. Actually playing full screen. If you actually pay attention to, not there. Like there's so many errors. Like here you can see a flash of light. Yeah, here his eyes. If you actually pay attention closely to how his eyes look here, they actually kind of jitter around. Because they were so far, or the camera was so zoomed in to make the background look like that it was having Z issues. But you can see, like in here, there's a flash right here. Right there. There's a flash of light, and there's even an error where his eye thing goes all nuts here, and there was, oh god, I could just keep listing issues with this. There's so many problems with this. Like even Rarity here is not made to bend like that, but I didn't care. I'm trying to figure out where the other errors are. I used to go through and count them just so I could like remember to fix them in the future. There was some problems with the takeoffs there, but I'm not too worried about it. I still like that I blew them up and people are like, "You killed the Wonderbolts!" I'm like, yep, I did. Too bad. 20 dead. That's fine, I don't really need to slow it down. I think this is about as done as it's gonna be for that shot. Could probably add a few more grass bits around here so that it doesn't clip through the ground so much. I feel that the ground needs to be broken up a little bit on this because it's all grass. And that seems a bit much. I really wish I could frame it over here a bit more with that, but what do? I wonder if... Did I try this already? No, I don't know if I tried this. It was right there. Which... I always use the dark one because the light one is a little bit finickier. It's brighter. I like this one for being darker. And the edges disappear quicker, easier. I tried something like this and it just didn't work. If it didn't before, it's adding a little bit now. Actually, it creates that kind of foggy look there that I was looking for. Kind of a reddish color though. What's with that? Even this one's a little bit red. I'll just delete this one. Let me see if I rotate it around. The other side looks different. Or at least acts different. Oh, it's about the same. Well, we will fix this. Okay, so it's a little bit red, so I'm going to remove some of the red. There, that's the color I kind of want. So we'll keep that. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it, but I'm going to like utilize it again. I'm almost like using that more than volumetrics for the background bits. There, like that kind of coming down. I like that. I wish it was further back. I just don't know if I'd be able to make it work. I'm gonna copy this so I have a base or a reference point. But I'm gonna like push this. I'm gonna make this fucking huge. And then push it way out there and see if it might interact with the mountain lights. Actually, the blue light. It does way back there. Well, let me try doing an override of this of 10, 10, 1. It kind of did work. Too yellow though. Turn out these light rays so I know what it is I'm looking at. Ah, there we go. Now I can see it. Okay, still too yellow. Better, but how am I adding that much red and not seeing a difference? It's probably because that blue light. I reduced the blue, increased the yellow, but all that was left is that yellow. But at least now in the distance there, the lighting kind of stays there. So it looks like the light's coming down through the mountains like that, which is actually really fucking awesome. Can I move this to this side? And then decrease this to like 5, 3, 1. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to. So it's 30, 21, right? Something like that. Close enough. We'll do this 5, 3, 1 there. Removes the yellowish tint. That's kind of fine. Let's try this as 0. Definitely make that a little bit better. Because I didn't want to just have like the those rays kind of. I think I did the color wrong on that. 80. Aha! That's way too bright though. About 60, 15, 1. $40, 10, 1. There, that's a little bit better. Oh, for the light rays, that's from Dota. Yeah, you have to extract them. I've been doing SFM for actually I'm coming up on 3 years. I started 3 years ago in May for let me check. When did I upload my first video? East Cell Line one, February 24th. So technically, in 2 weeks, almost under 2 weeks. But that was like testing stuff, and then I really didn't do much. My actual first real content started coming out for Pony stuff at least at the beginning of March. So that's what I usually consider my anniversary bit. So, so yeah, it's almost 3 years. So with those light rays, it would be way too much. But I might be able to keep these ones. I'm going to keep those ones. I don't really do commission stuff though, so good luck. It has nothing to do with money or anything like that. It's time involvement. Well, time involvement and doing what I feel like doing. I don't like being tied down. I kind of ruined that. Again. Because I really want to, I like the contrast in this picture between the light side on the right and the dark side on the left. And so I'm trying to keep that, but I don't want to have these light rays feel like they are suddenly disappearing, like that she's some like weird barrier point that no light can pass. So I want to make sure that I have some light rays that are still going past her, but others that aren't. So that's, at least there's a nice contrast. I wanted to have it so that some of the light rays were visible in keeping with the camera and other ones were keeping with the background. And I'm getting that back here. You can see when I move up and down that the light rays actually shift and move to make it feel three-dimensional. Yeah, this will be a poster, but I don't like coming out with posters for stuff that's incomplete. I used to I used to post work in progress stuff more often on VA and stuff, but I kind of stopped doing that because I feel like it ruins things. The stream itself ruins enough, but I don't want to have it be like everybody's just seen this or sees something, a spoiler for something, and then is forgotten about. So I try not to do that too much anymore. The most spoiler stuff I do is on Patreon. If I have work in progress stuff that I make for myself, I usually post it there as well. But that's just for the people that are patrons. And it's also because I couldn't think of anything else to put as a reward. Well, if I'm just going to try to call this completed, I might as well finish the grass down here. You know, I have sadly, and I know you're going to respond, I have not seen End of the Line yet. I still have to watch that. I think I have to turn off. There we go. I thought the grass was acting weird there. Yeah, it's, well, to me, I've had people, like I just had a recent question on DA where somebody asked, how long does it take to make a solar for long animation? And that is an amazingly difficult question to answer. Because if you have a single person in a shot just talking to the camera, that is amazingly simple. I mean, even if they're not talking and just showing emotion, that's even better because lip syncing is annoying. But if you go and have action shots and like explosions and particles and stuff, that's where the time sinks come in. So really, if you want to make a movie of something, it depends on what the movie's about. Really, if it's a lot of fight scene stuff, it's going to take you years and it's going to take a large team. If it's fairly simple, really, you could make a 15-20 minute portion of a video pretty quick, as long as it's not overly complex. I hate lip syncing. There's so much. But also, the reason I don't like movies too is, in a movie you're spending a lot of time working on the same thing. And I like to mix it up and change things and do different things. That's why, like, I mean, if you go over recent videos, which actually, look at that. I thought there's a way to do just public. Yeah, there. Because this is like action and comedy, serious. This comedy, but that was kind of exception. Remake, serious. Kind of just a short little goofy. I mean, it's a lot of very different things that are coming about. Comedy, serious, very serious cinematic comedy. I don't. If I were to say I like Fallout Equestria and I'm just going to make Fallout Equestria stuff, it's going to get very boring to me. I don't want to do the same things with the same ponies in the same environments all the time. I want to mix it up. I want to try something new, because the only way to get better at something is to go outside your boundaries. It's spending all my time doing the same things. I'm not going to get any better. Even spending time making something serious and putting a lot of time into something serious will help me make something that's funny. And vice versa. So there. Just look how the grass looks right here. There's a border right here. But at least I fixed the full. Oh, even then I don't like that. It still kind of seems gappy. Just doesn't look like an even layer of grass. I wonder if I can get this to work. Being I've already timed them, I can't keep copy pasting like I used to. I have to grab one from the area of, or at least the same horizontal area. I've never actually done a collab. Well, yes and no. Is it the big one? I want the big one. I've never really done a collab, and a lot of it is because I've never done a collab in terms of both working at the same project. I've had like custom audio done for stuff to where we kind of did a little back and forth to make it work as best as possible. There's little exceptions to it, but Otherwise, I really just prefer to work alone, I guess, other than like if there's custom model or something. But in terms of animating, I'd rather just do it myself because I would just be the person that I'm working with does not like me, like a lot. Mainly because I just have my way of doing things and I'm very stubborn. But collabs are really difficult because, if you say join a collab, that it usually means that there's a lot of people. If you're doing a one-to-one thing, it's really easy to work with each other in compared to where you have a lot of people, because then you have to have an organization structure, you have to have ways to distribute the work, you have to have people that aren't even working with the project directly, that are just directing. And to me, that involves not just one person being competent or two people, but an entire group, and that is very difficult. There's been a lot of I've got a lot of messages with people that have asked me to like join to help out with projects, and every time I've asked for details before, like what are you doing for this? What are you doing for this? I know it was a project I never planned to be a part of to begin with, but I want them to get a realistic approach to this, and a very large percentage of the time it's people that have said, well, I've never actually worked with SFM. It just looked like a medium that would work well for my blah, 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 and I'm just bringing on people to build it. Like, so basically you have an idea and you want it done, and so you're going to bring a whole bunch of people together to do it for you. And it's like, it's just, collabs scare me a lot. I might be able to get rid of those little gaps now. Yeah. Let me get rid of those gaps, but I got rid of those gaps. Now it looks like a straight field of grass. Well, to me, like, collabing with a VA is completely different than collabing with, like, say, two animators working together, or one person building scenes, another person animating. With at least the voice actor, the animator, or the person making the video can at least say, "Here's your lines," and then you just work to refine those lines. But when you're trying to refine animation, everybody has their own style. It's colliding with the styles. Yeah, to animator, it's like two of the exact same people doing the same thing, but both have their own ideas as to what they want. It's just that's what's worried. Yeah, I don't do collabs. And it's kind of the same reason that I don't do like doing commissions too, because I have my way of doing things, and a lot of times for commissions, it's people have their way of what they want, and I can look at something and say, this will work. But if for a commission, sometimes it's not about what you see as working, it's what they're told to do. And I'm like, I want to do what I want to do. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Okay, one more. Okay. We got our grass filled out. I really like the grass over here with the, what do you call that? With the depth of field. Really looks, like, good. Okay, so inconsistencies in her positioning. Not really. There's a little bit in the lighting. I really gotta redo the lighting. Like, she's like super bright from this shot, but then like at this shot, she's just like kind of dark, and the grass isn't bright. I gotta redo that a little bit. But that's fine. This shot I can basically call done. Oh look, a greenie. That is not. What did I? That is not green. Green does not need red. Yay. Okay. Yeah, basically, yeah, you can quote me on that all you want. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, that's your problem. Really, I make videos because I like making videos. Okay, so for this part, I can kind of cheat this a little bit, in terms of her hair and everything. So I don't think that this has been locked in yet. Nope. So I'm just going to take the rainbow dash from here. It's a longer shot, good. I'm going to take all the jiggles of the hair, and I'm going to take the jiggles for the hair, there, and the wings. I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it to this rainbow dash. Just move it into position, like so. I got to make sure it's consistent. So this is, the hair's coming back. Actually, that's pretty consistent already. I can zoom in here, get this good shot of this. Close enough. Make sure everything's moving. She's not really animated at the beginning here, so I'm going to take her, everything but her hair, wings, there, and no facial and no body, no body, oh, no body, that'll work. And I'm just going to take some of the motion from her here, and she has no motion up until here, where then she starts moving right there. So I'm going to grab a little bit before then, and I'm just going to paste. Whoa, something was locked. I did my head. So root. Yeah, it's gotta be like that. And no, actually I can't do it like that. I have to do it like this. Oops. If I don't do it like this, it's gonna be a little bit more of a bitch. is she not moving? Oh. There. Now she has a little bit of body motion. The fog have a low opacity. I just decrease the alpha. There's the alpha. You can either use alpha random, or you can go into the base of the texture and change the fourth value to a lower number in the color, because it's red, green, blue, alpha. So like on. I think I usually use alpha random because it's easier to separate. So I say alpha set between 5 and 50. 255 is the max, zeros the min. But if you don't want to have the alpha min, you can always go under system properties. And on color here, the last value is the alpha. If you use alpha random, it overrides that. If you use color random, it overrides the other three values. If you don't, it defaults to this. So if you want to make it semi-transparent without having a random value, just go in here to the 255 and change that to like 10 or 50 or something. It's been a long day. A video I'm working on a while back. I wanted to start making videos that are based on fan fictions, and this is one. So I am making something based from on Australia. So I feel like the camera is moving too quickly at the end of this shot, because the camera's moving sideways and then it suddenly just starts going backwards. I need the camera to actually come to not quite a complete stop, but pretty close to one. So I'm just going to go in, and then I'm going to blend the end of this so that it'll slow down a bit more. So now, it goes and slows down the camera, and then it goes to this. It doesn't have to come to a complete stop, but as long as it slows down enough to not feel weird. I've actually cut down on coffee. Then I got when I got sick, I kind of stopped drinking it for a bit. I was having problems sleeping. The last thing I wanted to do was have caffeine in my system. So these don't work from the same angle. Just the ones in the distance. Oh, because I think I had to change the lighting a little bit in the distance there. So it's not light 2, I think it's light 3. Yeah, 3. Plus, I think I'm still looking at it from a different angle if I turn them. I'm going to turn them so they're like this. Yeah, like that, and then I'm just going to dumb them down. Oops. So let's change this to 25:1. Still way too strong. Actually, way too red. Okay, I don't like how inconsistent this is being. Still way too red. But that's okay. So we're light ray 2. I think these aren't near as sharp because of the change in the lighting in the area. I think this one's got to be brought down on the red as well. That helped, yeah. You don't need a hammer to make maps. You can scene build. That's what I do. Hammer's just a nice way to make a base, nice structure to start with. It's okay to post links as long as it's relevant to the discussion and not spammed. Just don't go overboard with it. I have a speck on my monitor. There. Bugging the hell out of me. I might need to play with this lighting a little bit because I don't like how this little speck of light that's right here. It just seems out of place. Especially when it's still right here. I'm nitpicking, but I have the right to nitpick, goddammit. Because my video, I do what I want. Yeah, I really gotta play with the lighting between those two shots. There's horrible indiscrepancies. Actually, I should probably work on some of the lighting here just because this is a little darker on the edge here. What map? Oh, the Canterlot map. Oh, like that wasn't really Canterlot. It was the Hall of Elements. Yeah, I made that one. It was the lighting in there was completely customized in SFM. There really wasn't any. I actually went over that earlier, but there wasn't really any lighting put into the map itself. Every shot was modified to fit that shot. That's why I'm thinking that if once the map I actually am able to make it a download, people are going to be disappointed. That's kind of my fear with that, and why I'm kind of not pushing to get it done. I think that's a little overly dark right here. spot right here. Okay, maybe I made it a little too light. Okay, that looks fairly consistent. Corner of this camera here is really bright. Corner of this one, not so much. Do I have a corner volumetric? That's what I call it. I do not. That's new. I like go. Oh, it's way over there. Oh, I am having horrible luck with the positioning of the light. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna do it myself. So we can see where this damn light is. Oh. The light I'm using just to hit the corner of the camera. I kind of want to do it like that. Close. Kind of have a little bit of it coming over here. Okay, and then the camera drifts into the volumetric section so it looks brighter from that corner. I'm muting my YouTube. So I don't write that quiet. So getting there, got some shots kind of done. I just need to figure out what to do with the next shot. There's just so many characters and stuff I need to put together and figure out the scene build that it's hard to progress until I've gotten those figured out. That's kind of what I was doing in this shot with making Zebra Guy and a dragon. The dragon I really don't need anymore. I thought I was working on somebody else. I should be able to just use texture or retextures on a lot of people for the stuff, but who knows? So, yeah, I forgot I had this thing in there too. Oh, I'm falling. Kind of want to play with that a little bit more, but it's turned out pretty good so far. No, 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 no. Well, anyways, it's almost 10. I am so freaking tired right now. And coffee. Not coffee. But getting there. If you guys want, like maybe next stream, I could try to render out like a poster of one of these, not for DA, but just for you guys to have for now. I like the balance of the lighting in this shot. Kind of. I do feel like that she should be more lit, like stronger rim or something. Like that. Actually, that could work. No, not quite that bright. But like putting it up to like there. Thought I might have to play with the color or something, but I'll do that later. So anyways, I'm tired. I am gonna like go get a drink and nap the night away, I think. So so yeah, I need to make a video for stating that I am having the whatever thing next week, the special stream. I should be streaming next Tuesday. We're hoping to get the housing thing figured out over the weekend and stuff. So Tuesday should be fine. Friday then will be the special stream. And the Friday after that, 26th, I will not be streaming again because I have a birthday party to go to. So yeah, so that says things right now. So as of right now, next Tuesday should be fine unless something comes up. But I will say again something. And yeah, so I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming. Sorry for being late, but yeah, I guess in a way I did a 4-hour something stream on Tuesday, so I made up for it. So I will see you guys later. All right, bye bye.